Hi, hello, and welcome to Quantum Healing Hands Tarot. Today we are going to look at the next 7 days and what major life change we can make. So you may be thinking, 7 days, how can I change my life in 7 days? Well, it's harder to change your life in 1 day. So if you put in consistent effort over 7 days, I think you can make a huge change in the direction you're going in your life. So, I asked a bunch of questions. We have tons of cards. I swear I thought it was going to be a quick one. I was wrong. So, these are the 3 piles. If you already know which one you want, you can select down in the description box the timestamp. If not, and you need a little bit more help, let's go ahead and get into the breathing. So, we're going to begin with 3 deep breaths. All right, let's begin. All right, so now we are nice and relaxed and we can make our choices. So in pile 1, we have the sunflower. Pile 2, we have the peanut butter and jelly holding hands. And in the third pile, we have a little, I want to call it an Airstream, but a camping trailer. So, pick the pile that looks the best to you, which patch you like the best. The technique that I personally use is I close my eyes and I ask my intuition which pile I want. And typically I will see a number very prominently on my mind's eye as if I was like looking at a light, and I closed my eyes and it was still there. So that's because I can kind of have prejudice sometimes for what I like, and I just want to know what the right pile is for me. And so if you ever get into a pile and you start the reading and it's just intuitively, you know, it's not for you, you can totally switch a pile. So just go with what feels right. So, because you'll know when I start the reading if it's for you or not. So, all right, I hope you've picked a pile. I'm really excited to give you this reading. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. Hi, Pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, I wanted to know what we could accomplish in 7 days. So, I'm that kind of person who, when I want to get started on a change, I start pretty much right then. And I am always looking for the best way to keep my momentum. So I wanted to know what it was that you could conceivably accomplish in a week that would positively change your life in the direction that you've been really hoping. So I got a stack of cards here. I got it very detailed for you. So for starters, you chose the sunflower patch. So the sunflowers are known for always facing the sun. They are a very bright, colorful, happy flower. They're on the sun card in the traditional tarot. So this to me is like just you're very attached to your inner child, connected. That's a good thing though. So for no reason other than that it just is sticking prominently in my head, I want to share how. So I love sunflowers. That's why I have this patch. I chose to get it as my second tattoo, and it's gigantic. And so when I was getting it, I was getting the tattoo at a shop down in Hollywood. And it just so happened to be the shop where Kat Von D was working between Miami Ink. and Hollywood Ink. Is that what the show was called? LA Ink. That's what it was called. And while her shop was getting built, she was tattooing at this shop. And so while I was getting my foot tattooed, and it's pretty big, she pops her head into the room to like check out what artwork is being done in the studio. And it just was like one of those blissful moments where it's like, I was in so much pain, but it was such a magical moment. Like I had looked up to her at that point a lot. Like I loved Miami Ink. And the fact that she was there when I was getting my tattoo was pretty wild. So that is just, so I'm kind of getting this message of like, there's a pain that you may be going through, but if you can focus on something that will distract you from the pain, then maybe it'll be easier to get through. So, I didn't even know that was going to be the end result to that story. I just kept thinking of that story and was like, tell it. Tell the story. I didn't want you to feel like I was like name dropping or anything. That's just a story I had. So I asked up front where your life is currently. Because if you're wanting to change it, I want to know where you were starting. So if it's like a start, if it's like a little like 100-yard dash, where you're at the start line is the Emperor reversed. To me, the Emperor reversed is always kind of a very clear sign that somewhere in your life, the sense of authority has just been too much for you. So if you are currently in a work environment, I can definitely tell you do not enjoy the way it is managed. And so you're kind of getting sick of the way, I can't imagine what it's like to try and be a boss of a lot of people, but you know that you're sick of it and you want nothing to do with it. Like you don't want to be that kind of boss. So I think you're trying to figure out where to go with that. In another aspect, what I'm kind of seeing is I'm seeing somebody who like lives not necessarily out of their car, but somebody who kind of like lives on the road. Like I'm seeing somebody who like lives on the coast and is always surfing and is always like meeting up with different people, a couch surfer per se. And so it's just been kind of chaotic though. And like at first you were doing it and it was like this adventure and you were learning a lot and you have, and you're kind of like, maybe I do want to settle down and have a house or just a stable place to call home. And lastly, if you are like in a relationship, then this is just kind of saying that it just hasn't been working. It's kind of over dominating. Someone has been really controlling you and not giving you any sort of flexibility. And I'm getting the sense that where you're at in your life right now is you want flexibility. So it's like this pain, like the story I was telling you, like it's been this painful experience of something trying to control your life, and you want to have much more control over your own life, some freedom. But I have a feeling you're not wanting to like be homeless. You don't want to have no money. I think you're just trying to figure out what you can do to oh, well, actually, before I get too far, this is where you're at now. So the next question I asked is what you want to change. So I wanted to know specifically, because some people may be in these situations and be like, I'm totally fine with it. So I did want to know specifically what you wanted to change. So with the Seven of Swords here, I'm getting that you are trying to get out. So of whether it's the job you're in, or it's the situation you're in, or the relationship you're in. But you are kind of tired of it, and you're just like, I'm gonna pack up all the weapons so nobody can fight me, and I'm getting out. So you're wanting to change. So that's like, you want to go. With the Four of Swords reverse also, not also, but this is saying to me that you've just been doing a lot alone. Like, you have just been working unbelievably hard, and you're just kind of like, I need a break. So whatever this energy is, it's pushing you too hard. And you're like, this energy is exhausting me and draining me. And you're like, I want to get out and I need a break. The Five of Swords reverse is saying like, you're just kind of done with the fighting. You're exhausted, and you're like, please, I'm done with the fighting. That's why you're trying to take the swords away, because you're like, please stop. So the Knight of Cups. I feel like with the Knight of Cups here, to me, I'm seeing like this energy is just preventing you from new opportunities coming in, from new people coming in, from like, you want to move forward. You're like, I'm kind of done with this dominating energy in my life. Like, even let's say like if you are couch surfing, it's kind of hard to get grounded and move forward with things when you don't have a stable home. And so you could just be tired of that. And if this is a relationship, you're like, I want my knight in shining armor to come in. I want somebody to save me. I want somebody to help me. Because I'm really just over this energy. It's funny because I think both of these are talking about being open to new perspectives. So I feel like you're just ready to see things differently. You're ready to, like, if you've just been in this certain kind of job, you're like, nah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of people enjoying their work. Aren't there people out there that get to like live their dreams and get paid for it? Can I get some of that? Like, just, you've been so exhausted with this that you're like, I'm ready. I'm ready for the change. Like, maybe you are in your situation now because you weren't as open to change before. But this is saying like, I'm ready. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to move on. Hallelujah, help me out. So with the Seven of Wands, there's this energy I'm getting that you're just kind of so the Seven of Wands is just like this energy that this energy has taken away your confidence, and but quite literally it's kind of talking about like being prepared to like defend yourself. So if you're going to be leaving somebody a job, you're going to, I don't feel like you're going to just be met with like, oh, okay, have fun. Thanks for being here. Like, you're going to have to explain yourself to them. And that's what we have for this. Let's see. All right. Oh, fun. So, I asked, so what the steps were to take for the next 7 days. Okay. So we're going to just kind of flip through this, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So if you want to write these down, these quick little steps, we will figure out, I have cards for what the results will be. So, I don't feel like I need to remind you what we're going back in with. So let's go. So we have day 1. Day 1. So what's funny is the 6 of Swords is just like about leaving and a hard decision. But like it's kind of like the choice has been made. So day 1, make that decision if you're leaving. Day 2. Day 2 is going to be filled with that conflict and tension, especially if you're talking about it. So, but plan for that. Plan for that breakup. Plan for that quitting. This is rough, but you know. Day 3, it's talking about working on your investments, figuring out what you've got, where it's all at, and before moving forward. So, I think these are just the plans. It's not necessarily like enact this, but plan it. Don't just like go at this one day at a time. Look at what your 7-day plan's going to be. Know what you're going to do each day. Like, know on that 3rd day, you're going to, like, you can't, like, let's say, close an account or something until you've already talked to this person. You know what I mean? So, day 4. And day 4 is kind of that moving forward. It's like you Knight of Wands. Energy, passion, lust, action. Like, you're moving forward. And I think you're going to feel it. Kind of do that thing that you've wanted to do that you haven't been able to do on this 4th day. Day 5. On day 5, this is about finally imagining your future and everything. Finding the actual knight in shining armor. Allowing yourself to picture the perfect job. Picture the perfect home. Picture the perfect person. To me, if you were doing this beforehand, it's putting the cart before the horse. So by day 5, you'll be ready to start imagining the future. Day 6. Day 6, I think you will see a beautiful gift from the universe that will land in your lap because you have worked these 5 consistent days. And so by day 6, a gift is going to be handed over to you. So really, there's just nothing to do other than on day 6, be grateful. Enjoy what you've done, what you've accomplished, how far you've gone just in a week. I mean, truly, if you are not happy, not safe, not well, just please, like, you only have this one life to live. Don't give it to somebody else who doesn't even care about you and doesn't truly want you happy. This is a lot of stuff that you want to change. You're done fighting. You're done having to defend yourself. You're done being exhausted. You're done fighting. Again, whatever this energy is, it is not well for you. You want to have an idea and move forward. You want to be allowed to do that. And you haven't been allowed to do that. So if you actually take these steps by day 6, enjoy what you have accomplished. Day 7. By day 7, this is saying just start training for your new life. Be aware that nothing new is going to be easy, but you got away from a situation where you weren't happy. Maybe what you were doing was easier and the expectation of you was pretty low, maybe. But I feel like you haven't even tapped into your true potential yet. I usually save it for the end, but this is pretty necessary. With these steps, I want to give you a quantum healing code that actually will activate your true potential. So this code, it's a little bit longer, but it's a little bit heftier of a code. So I want to just vouch for it and how much this code has actually helped me. Since I've been using this code, I use it every once in a while. I don't use it every time, but I feel myself grasp who I am and what I'm meant for so much more because of this code. I didn't ever think I was going to do tarot for other people. Honestly, I didn't think I had it in me. But this code is to activate your true potential. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. The spaces between each number is very important, but it is one whole code. If you don't know what a quantum healing code is, it is kind of used like a placebo effect, and it affects our world in the way that the universe we live in is mental and literally made up of numbers. So by writing down this code, you're kind of activating this code, like in a video game and stuff. Like that's what this is. So, but you got to believe in it for it to work. So write this code down and imagine what your truest potential is. So this is if you follow these steps and that, pardon me as I stutter. I didn't want to ask something simple like, oh, I'm feeling down. Like, what can I do to change that? Like, that's why this is called a 7-day life change. Like, if you are not happy where you are in your life, if it hurts, look towards something that inspires you and gives you hope and excitement. Like when I was laying there getting my foot tattooed, the most painful thing I've ever gone through. But all of a sudden I'm looking at Kat Von D and I'm just like, hey, hi, hey. This is like long before like her makeup drama and everything. But I had something exciting to look at and look forward to. And if you don't have that, it's going to be miserable. I asked a very hefty question, but if you do these 7 things, hope you wrote each one down. If you didn't, please go back to that point. Maybe I'll even like make a little chapter mark for this so people can be like, what were those 7 steps again? Here you go. So 7 steps are right there in front of you. So what is going to be the result though? Like, okay, so I do this. Am I homeless now? Am I miserable? Am I alone? Like, what is happening? Let me see these. Wow, I don't know if I've ever gotten that card. So the Ten of Crystals reversed is saying that after this, the results are going to be, yes, you might not have the same money because you're leaving your job or a relationship or what have you. But what this is also saying in this position is you're taking action. It's a risk, but risks are going to get the biggest payout, honestly, in life. And you don't have to do this alone. You can ask for support from your angels and spirit guides. Please remember that. Even I have to remind myself to verbally ask out loud for help, or verbally say out loud to the universe, like, in case I hadn't said it out loud, universe, I am ready. I'm ready for the good things. I'm ready to move on. So I feel like declaring that is really going to help. But if you do these steps, the real thing is you're taking charge of your life. So that's what's most important about this card. So with the Ten of Feathers here, I will note that both of these, it's in reverse, both of these state very clearly, be careful and be aware of your actions. I'm getting the impression that the Emperor reversed energy is a volatile, dangerous energy. And I think that's why it's so important to plan, like legitimately every single step of the way. But this card is also saying if you take these steps, the worst is behind you. Ooh, I have another quantum healing code for that. Because I have one that is extremely important. And it is about marking that moment in your life when the worst is behind you. So I'm going to throw that up right here. If you're able to accomplish this, I promise you the worst is behind you because you're taking control of your life, and it's terrifying to do that. But if you plan it out, you can do it. Wow, you got 3 10s. That is wild. That's freaking wild. So with the donkey, 10 of acorns, this is just saying like you know how donkeys like have the like saddlebags and stuff, like they can carry so much weight. So this is telling me like you're going to have no problem being strong in moving forward, because whatever it is you've endured from this has been so much harder than any experience life will throw at you. Like somebody else trying to control you is actually one of the hardest things to get. It's like a nicotine addiction. It's not good for you, but it's hard to get away from. Yeah, this is just saying like you're going to break away from the people that have just been stacking more and more and more on your back. Just like, hey, yeah, give it to them. Yeah, give it to pile 1. They got it. Oh yeah, you need someone to help you out, just call pile 1. They'll help you out. Like you're done. You're done taking on people's weight. Yeah, you're just getting your personal power back, and you're going to live in clarity, and it's just going to feel so good. Like I definitely feel this energy. And you are being controlled by some sort of energy that you just want to get away from. And I truly believe you can if you plan it out. Yeah, and with the Three of Crystals here, this is just saying like you're going to be able to do it. You're going to plan it out step by step, and you're going to succeed in moonwalking out of here. Am I right? Yeah, this card is about like monumental progress. It's going to be a huge mountain to climb, but I promise you the view when you get to the top is just going to be phenomenal. The smell of freedom is indescribable. By leaving this energy behind, you are going to be able to do so much more than I think you ever possibly dreamed of accomplishing. So the Ten of sorry, you have so many tens. The Emperor reverse is like an energy of somebody who just puts you down so that you don't feel good enough, so you don't leave them. All right, and I have 2 more cards to round up the results of this. The first was Ehwaz, and the second one is Ilhams. So Ehwaz is just plain as day. This is all about setting up boundaries. This is about cycles ending. It's basically saying like you can't be afraid of death. You can't be afraid of something ending. You can't be afraid of walking away from this. If this is truly if this energy that you're in, if this is where your life is currently at, ding dong, the witch is dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, celebrate. Let's move on from that. And with Elhaz, this is just saying, like, connect to nature. And be courageous even though you're afraid right now. So through all of this escaping, like I said, I definitely see you just taking this like big breath of fresh air. Like, do you see how like he just seems so relaxed? Like, have you ever done deep breathing? Like sitting there and taking such deep breaths for like 10 minutes. And there's a proper way to do it, like actually breathing into your stomach. But it's fantastic. And oh darn. I feel like it's a great, that would be a fantastic, great task thing for you to do. Oh my gosh. The results are that you're going to be able to finally like move on from this toxic energy. I can run down the list one more time just so we're clear. This Emperor energy reversed, no good. This is where your life's at right now. Something is dominating you in a way you don't want to. Even if it's just the life you're living, this sort of like couch surfing life, like you just want to feel a freedom and security in that freedom. Maybe the freedom of like couch surfing has been too much. And maybe the job you've been at, like, yeah, you get paid a lot of money, but good Lord, they don't respect you. And maybe you've been in this relationship and it's like, well, I have a place to live, but this partner does not treat you well. And you're kind of afraid of the future and moving forward, but you can do it. You want to know these 7 steps again? This is how you can accomplish things in just a week. If you have it all planned out, I think you can really do it. So day 1, you're planning your escape. Day 1, you're like packing up, getting it all together. Like, okay, day 1, let's prepare. Day 2, have the talk. Have the uncomfortable conversation that you need to leave this job, leave this person, or, good Lord, I don't know what that last one is for someone who is like living on the road. Like, truthfully, what I heard is like, move back home. And that may be what's kind of hard for you, is you're like, no, I want this freedom. It's like, okay, but you're living in your car and it's not actually free. You're miserable. So, day 2, have this conversation that is going to be awkward, uncomfortable, and honest. But it needs to be done. Day 3, you're going to look at all your money. You're going to look at what you've got, what you've saved up, what you can work with. Day 3 is all about getting your finances together. If you have a joint bank account, close the bank account. If you got something related to this job, close that out. If you need to get money wired from your parents to get home, this is the day to do that. Day 3. So day 4 is the day that you are making this action. Like, you're moving forward with it. Like, everything's cleaned up. It's happening. The adventure is alive. Like, you should be shaken in a good way, like with excitement. Like, I feel you vibrating on day 4. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm doing this. Whatever it is, I'm doing it and I'm excited. Day 5. Whew. You are just feeling like you are in cloud 9. This is like romance. Like, you just feel good. You are able to picture the future. You're like, I can see it. I see where I'm going. You can see hope for a new relationship. You can see hope for a new job. You can see the potential of what will happen when you move back home. Yeah, day 6 is strong emotion. You're feeling it. Like, and how could you not? It's been 6 days since this like huge event has taken place. Like, you're feeling it. Day 6, allow yourself to feel it. Do whatever it is that helps you process your emotions on day 6. Because come day 7, I feel like on day 7, you're going to kind of be confronted with some disagreements, some strife, some tension. This is kind of where you've slammed your brakes and everything in the car is slammed forward. That's day 7. But this is where you're going to start training and getting stronger and more in tune with where you're going. And you're going to get to know where you're going. You're going to end this cycle and you're going to connect with nature and yourself again, and just everything that this energy was trying to hold you back from. So you are in an extremely painful situation right now, but find something to distract you from the pain. I'm trying to think of what, and it's like, I saw like a mirage of all these different things, of like seeing movies, watching or hanging out with friends, crafting, gardening, like something that brings you joy. And start planning this 7-day route, because your entire life could change in 1 week if you did this. So listen, Pile 1, I gave you 2 quantum healing codes. I gave you a really truthful, honest display of where you're at, what you want to change, what the results of changing will be. Like, you're getting back in touch with yourself and your strength and your willpower. Like, you're not taking on other people's crap anymore. Pile 1, thank you so much for letting me read your energy. This was a hefty reading, so I hope you were able to hang on. And I want this good change for you. So thank you so much, Pile 1, for everything. If you liked this message, I would love for you to click that little thumbs up button. It lets me know that, hey, I'm doing my job right. And if you loved this reading, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my channel. I'm pretty new to reading tarot for other people, but it has been super satisfying, and I really hope to continue to do it and to share it with you. So I hope you all have a great day. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to bring you this message of how you can change your life in 7 days. So I know that could be a little crazy, but if you take 1 step each day and it's totally like planned out, like, it's amazing what you can do in a week. So I knew 1 day would be too short, and sometimes a month is too long. So let's go ahead and get started. So you chose the peanut butter and jelly patch. This has been sitting in my jacket pocket for a long time because I hadn't sewn it on yet. Probably because it was meant to be a part of this reading. So, I'm not getting much else other than, just maybe you want to find the love of your life. You want to find your perfect match. And so, like, my wife got this for me because I am the peanut butter to her jelly, or I think that's what it is. So, yeah, that's all. But let's go ahead and look at your cards. The first question I asked is where your life is currently at. So, so the Devil in reverse is a fantastic position to have this card in, because this is saying that you are finally ready to, what is it? How do I word that? Oh, that's what it is. Is like you've been probably just feeling very unaware, detached, not, just in control of your life. And so I feel like you're at this point where you're like, oh, I'm done with that. I'm done just letting life happen. I'm taking control. You are ready to reclaim your power. And so that's where I see you standing. It's like you maybe haven't obtained it fully yet, but you know, I feel like you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that is good, because when you get to that point, then you are actually ready to make big changes. And so you're going to make some big changes. And that's actually what this is also talking about, is making big changes and planning it out and being like super methodical about it and intentional about it. And which I think is so cool, because that's exactly what we're looking at here. Yeah, your life is at a turning point, and it's maybe you've been starting to see like some good things happening for you, and you're just kind of like, I think I'm ready to like become the bad bee that I've always wanted to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it, let's say you are looking for your partner, your other half, the thing that's going to make you feel complete. Because if it's not a love, like let's say you're already in the perfect relationship, but you're like, no, I want that thing that makes me feel amazing. And I think everyone deserves to feel their best in life. Nobody should go through their entire life not knowing or experiencing self-confidence. And I feel like you're like getting there. And it's just kind of, yeah, it's kind of this cool position you're in right now where you're like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, where you're standing for your 100-yard dash is confident. Like, I just keep seeing the image of Rihanna at the Super Bowl when she's like putting makeup on her face. That's you right now. And like, we all know that that was one of the most intelligent, genius moves she's ever done, because that had nothing to do with her performance. It had to do with her makeup line. So like, I see you standing in this spot where you're like, I'm ready. Hit the music. Like, you just got a fantastic set of cards of where you're currently at and where you're going to make these changes. Because like, again, this card, still such Rihanna energy of like, I'm ready. I'm strong. I'm confident. I know exactly what I am doing, because she did. It wasn't like, oops, oh my God, they caught me putting my makeup on. It was like, oh my God, if I take 2.5 seconds of my Super Bowl halftime show and put my makeup on, and it's like good makeup too, so she knew it was gonna be good for her. And so like, you're kind of in this position right now of like a really favorable position. So maybe you're already hand in hand with your partner, with your perfect thing. And you're just at the beginning of the start line of like, I'm ready to make these changes, which I'm so excited for you to find out. I'm really excited to, because if this is where you're at, like, what is it you even want to change? Good Lord, I don't know. It's like, does Rihanna ever look in the mirror and want to change anything about herself? I don't know. Okay. Because I was really kind of wondering where this was at. So with the Fool reversed, this is telling me you actually don't, like, you are not as far along in your career and success as Rihanna. But you have that energy, and that is what you're like ready to go with. But you actually don't have the whereabouts of what to do and how to do it. I like these two guys hanging upside down. So you don't really know where to go from here. And you're like, okay, but how do I get to the halftime show? Which is a great question. I want to know too. Yeah. trying to see if there was anything else about this position of the Fool, but it's just saying, like, you don't have all the knowledge yet, and you're ready to get that knowledge. And lastly, the energy is that you are actually entirely ready to make this commitment. You are not, like, in any way like, no, I don't know, like, I feel like you totally know what is ahead to become Rihanna. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not unaware of how to get there. And so that's where you're at now. That is where you are currently at in your life. You are a bad bee, and you are ready to become even badder. And that's a good thing. But I asked explicitly what it was that you wanted to change. And right now I'm kind of like, yeah, what is it? Is it just like educating yourself? Like, let's find out. Well, for starters, I think you are not necessarily happy with, I just feel like there's something getting in the way of you obtaining this goal of feeling like your best self. Like the person who's going to actually go after everything that they want. You're kind of over how, something, you want to change whatever it is that's been blocking this energy. You're like, I am a bad bee and I want to obtain my full happiness. And there's obviously something blocking that. And you're just kind of like, okay, let's make these changes. This card is telling me that you're kind of over the like flings. You're over the like quick relationships that you meet someone and it's like, you're obviously a very attractive, alluring individual, but I think you want to go further with it. And also this could be saying that like the King of Wands reversed is saying your expectations of yourself are too high. Like, I get it. You are totally cool and like, I think you need to lower your expectations of yourself a little bit and you'll relax a little bit more and see that the good things in life will come to you a little bit more easily. Yeah, you definitely just want to start learning. I think you do not enjoy not being as knowledgeable about everything as you want to be. I feel like you want to have intelligent conversations and be informed. So I just kind of see like, you know your potential, and I think you just kind of want to organize it better. You're kind of, and this is good. I'm glad to be understanding this a little bit better because from when I was reading your first cards of like where you were at in life, I was like, and where's the problem? But I'm starting to understand like you may be strong, beautiful, confident. You look like Linda Evangelista, but that doesn't mean you have the perfect family or life or home. You probably have such high standards for yourself, you can't ever relax. And you're like, I want teamwork. I wouldn't mind somebody being here with me and, you know, at the end of a long day, just like helping you out, giving you a foot rub, shoulder rub, just telling you how amazing you are at all the work that you do. And you're just, come on. Two of Cups reversed. I wasn't 100% sure if it was that you want to be with somebody, but like I gather that like you want to find your lobster, which I understand. I found my lobster and she makes my life amazing. Yeah, you just, okay, so like you are super confident in yourself, but I think you're just kind of ready to like have the friends, to have the love, and ooh, I'm so excited to find out what your list of changes, because so last thing you want to change. Yeah, I think you're just kind of like ready to see so like I'm getting this feeling that like you just kind of want your romantic comedy. You want serendipity. You want things to happen. Like you want your meet cute where you go into an ice cream shop and like, oh, you both bump into each other and your ice creams fall and it's like, ah. Like you really want this perfect love, this beautiful, harmonious, happy love. Adorable. All right. So let's figure out, because these are some important changes. I'm excited to find out what I'm excited to find out what your 7-day plan is. So I asked what your 7-day plan was. The 7 steps you can take that will 100% change your life. It sounds too good to be true. It may just be a little bit harder than, expected. So step 1, day 1. Well, day 1, I think you are ready to look forward and make future plans. I am getting this sort of like sense of like, it's that weird thing of like, I feel like you need to go somewhere on vacation where you're going to meet somebody. And it's kind of that energy of like, you bump into somebody that, oh right, because you want your meet cute. Okay, so that's your plan. Plan a vacation, grab some friends, and go somewhere where like other single people go. Okay, it's gonna be so cute. Oh my god, right there. Grab your friends. I know you probably like want like better friends, but like you gotta have somebody. I know you have somebody. Oh, yeah, wait. I always get, when I look at that, I always think it's the 3 of Cups, but it's the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, well, honestly, it still kind of means the same thing. 3 of Cups is far more about like celebration and partying. So I like that this is far more about like planning with a group of people. So same thing. So figure out where you want to go and start planning with people, and like, but this is also like about like money. So like, so you're all going to chip in. So day 2, everybody pays for the place and everybody works that out. So day 3, of course. So the King of Cups is like about like balancing everybody. So I feel like you're going to have to like figure out how everyone's going to work together to get this trip to be the best trip of your life. Do you know what I mean? So it's also about emotional maturity. So this is about like the planning properly of how to get to this vacation. Okay, so you know where you're going, everybody's chipped in and paid. Now we're like, okay, how are we getting there? Who's staying in whose room? What rooms are we sharing? So on and so forth. Day 4. So, I just keep getting this energy from day 4 of like getting in touch with your parents for some reason. Like that's like day 4, like you're going to kind of like contact your parents and be like, hey, I think I'm ready to like really move forward and find the one. Can you lend me some money so I can go on this trip? Truthfully, like that's all I'm getting. So like day 4, find a way you can get a little extra help. Day 4, find a little extra financial help, and it'll make it an even better trip. So day 5. So by day 5, I feel like you are going to lose some people are not going to want to go on this trip. So it's like by day 5, plan to kind of like in the end, I really just see it being you and one other friend. Like at first, I think you wanted it to be like this big party, but by day 5, you're kind of like, okay, I have my one trusted friend. We're going to go out and we're going to find the right person. Day 6. Oh my God. Literally. It's like, so maybe by day 6, you'll be going. And because I mean, 2 of Cups, like you and your bestie are out on the road and you are about to meet the one. But it's like you have to kind of like claim that to the universe. Like, hey, universe. Bring me the love of my life. Please. And then day 7, by day 7, you have like fully taken back your power. Like when you started out this week, you were like, I knew what I had to offer, but I was able to plan and create a whole scenario where you are now out and enjoying yourself in maybe a way you haven't in a few years. A lot of people haven't actually like gone on vacations in a while. And so I'm kind of encouraging you to make a plan for a trip. And by the end of that week, from planning to going, honestly, like you're going to really, you're pulling in that energy for the one. Like claim that energy to the universe of like, I'm gonna meet the one. Because you know what you have to offer. I wanted to give you a quantum healing code before moving on to the results. This is a quantum healing code that will activate your true potential. It is, this is actually 4 different numbers, and so the spaces between each number is actually very important, but it's written as one long code. It works like the placebo effect in the way that if you believe in it, it works, but it's correlated to how the universe we live in is all mental and therefore basically made up of numbers. So when you write this down, you're kind of activating that code. So because I just feel like you have a potential that you may not even have like fully tapped into yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you one if you could afford it. I just see you like going skiing for the first time, like taking up something like that you have never done before, but are like, oh yeah, I could do that. Do you know what I mean? So like plan for something like totally that's gonna like challenge you and make you grow, and it's gonna bring you to the person you're meant to be with. The peanut butter to your jelly. And if not like the person, then it's just going to be taking you down the path that you've been meaning to. Ooh, but I asked that question of what the results were. I think by the end of this week, you will have seen where you've been limiting yourself. Because honestly, I don't think you've been limiting yourself in any other way other than just action in the world of like going out and meeting people and allowing the energy that you're wanting in to come in. By the end of this 7-day change, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I totally see what I was doing wrong. Because you're going to be meeting people and really enjoying yourself again. I think by the end of that 7-day change, you're going to be like going with the flow so much more. And I have a feeling like that's kind of been where you have, literally, I was like, right. I was saying that before of like, your standards are way too high for yourself. So you don't go with the flow because you're like, oh, I can't do that. That's not in my list and order of operations. So by the end of this week, like if you actually take this vacation, you'll be like, oh, got it. Relaxation, my bad. Interesting. This is kind of telling me you have a decision to make on. What's funny is it's like this instantly gave me this idea of like, maybe you already have the person in your life who is the peanut butter to your jelly, but you've just kind of been in this realm of too picky, not going with the flow, being like, no, that can't be the love of my life. When it's like, does that message keep coming up to you? Because when the Page of Cups is here, it's kind of saying like you're wanting to listen to your inner voice a little bit more, your instincts. And yeah, by the end of this 7-day life change plan, you're going to be like, oh, just chill. Just chill. Okay, got it. I need to stop trying to be so controlling, because when you're controlling about how things turn out, things can't manifest. Because the universe actually has its own plan for you. So, like, for example, today, I thought I was going to do a short reading. I was like, I'm just going to like do a quick little reading. I asked 4 questions. Like, yeah, I knew I wanted 7 cards for this, but they were going to be quick. And literally, like, so many cards came out. I was like, okay. Life, the universe has its own plans, and so just go with the flow. Like, I didn't get all, like, upset and be like, oh, I wanted 1 card for each question. Like, I was like, okay, we're giving full readings today. And honestly, I'm grateful because I'm able to understand you so much more and give you such a better reading. Like, I see you clear as day in my head. Like, you know you've put yourself together. You have worked hard to become who you are. And you're just kind of like, come on, where's my other half? And what's funny is I think you already have your other half, but maybe you just haven't been looking that closely. Ooh, maybe go on vacation with that other half. Oh my God, that's it. That's what you're going to do. You're going to find the one to go on a trip with. And by the end of it, oh my God, you guys are just going to be like, well, I won't tell you what you'll be doing, but it'll be good. So you want to run back through the 7-day steps? Because I can do that for you. So day 1, 3 of Wands, just plan it out. Figure out where you want to go. Figure out like where this romantic meet cute situation's going to happen. I mean, it's not a meet cute, so you're planning. It's very like When Harry Met Sally, you know, like you got somebody in your life, so like take a chance on me. You know what I mean? So make a plan, day 1. Day 2, pay for this plan evenly. You won't feel like that way. No one's like obligated. You're like, no, this is just like a friend thing. We're just doing a friend thing. Day 3, it's kind like I'm just kind of getting this energy of like you may be like really excited and like I feel like you might tease this person a lot and like joke around, and so it's kind of just giving that energy of like day 3 of like maybe like take it a little bit more seriously, like don't insult them when talking about planning this trip together. Be like, ew, but I don't want to see you naked. Like, don't, those sort of jokes. Just, I feel like there's kind of a need here to act a little bit more maturely with this person. Oh, that's right. Day 4, ask for help a little. Like, I'm literally getting the sense of like, call your parents up and be like, hey, I'm going on a vacation, blah, 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 with so-and-so. And, you know how you wanted me to get married? Well, I am trying, that sort of thing. I feel like you're going to get some help from your family. And if not with money, like maybe just emotional encouragement, I guess. What day is that? Day 5 is kind of interesting because let's say by day 5, you did kind of want like other people involved, and that's kind of gonna fall through. I'm getting the feeling like by day 5, all this planning is going to be bringing up a lot of kind of like emotional turmoil for you from like your past of like, I feel like you're really fearing this trip and you're going to kind of be spending this day of like, it's not going to go well. You're kind of freaking out about that, but look to the next day, day 6. Unified love, partnership, attraction. Like by day 6, if you are on this trip with this person, like it's good. You guys are feeling each other like your peanut butter and jelly are mixing. And by day 7, I feel like you're just kind of like, oh, I get it. I haven't been going with the flow. And I feel like that's what you're really going to figure out. Use that code for your true potential because this will really activate all these things. Pile 2, I'm really excited to find out what this story is. I would love to, if you want to comment down below and let me know what this is about. Oh my God. I would love to have the details filled in. So it was such an honor channeling this energy today and getting to read for you. Just thank you so much for being here and trusting me to give you this message of how to change your life in 7 days. Like, you are perfect. You are amazing. But I think you're kind of like ready to have a partner that feels the same way. And you deserve that. So, pile 2, thank you so much for just being here. So if you liked this reading, I would love for you to click that little thumbs up button. And if you love the reading, I would love for you to subscribe so you can be a part of my channel. I'm fairly new to doing tarot for other people, but it has been such a rewarding and fulfilling process that I would just absolutely love for you to follow along on the journey. So good luck with everything, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to look at how you can change your life in 7 days. It's not an infomercial. I just truly wanted to know like where you were at, what you wanted to change, and if you took 7 days and took a step each day, it would change your life. And the first 2 piles definitely let me know like it's not like small changes, but breaking it down into 7 days, like you'll be surprised. I'm really excited to see what yours is about. So let's check it out. So you chose the little camping trailer. I love it. You know, I if I could get a trailer that actually looked like this, that would be rad. So it's making me think of a couple things, like maybe you're just wanting to get more connected to nature, going out. Maybe you're wanting to take some trips because you're like, I don't want to do nature. I just need a mobile home for going out on the road. Maybe you want to like tour some music or go visit people. My wife and I kind of had an Airstream dream wedding theme. Like it was at like a big campground, and we built this like big Airstream box for people to put their like wedding cards in. So maybe you are like planning a wedding. I just feel like you're like wanting to get away on a trip to go do something. So let's find out a little bit more about it. I asked up front just where you were at in your life. So with the Empress in reverse, I'm getting this energy of like a creative block. And so maybe this is saying like you're just kind of wanting something that's gonna spark that creative flow again. So maybe you're a writer, a musician, artist, a creative of any sort, dancer, or you just like are really like into like building businesses, and or maybe your idea of creating is just honestly being the light in the world. And maybe you are wanting to do more of that, just honestly being the light in the world. And I feel like something has kind of been blocked. And so if this is, so if this is like just like 100-yard dash, you are standing at the starting line, like wanting to, like you're hungry. Like I feel you, you're like, I'm ready to get to that finish line. Tell me what I need to do to get me there. Like I feel very confident in your desire to get your personal power back, get your creative flow back, and be connected to the part of you that is very special, the part of you that I feel like you worked really hard to obtain. And so So there is sort of another energy of like, if it's not this creative flow, there's honestly an energy of like you becoming an overbearing mother. It's kind of warning you of like, if you are a parent, just sort of relax. And I feel like it's hard for you as your children are growing older, that you're going to have to kind of let them experience things that you yourself did. And it's a very interesting energy. I did not expect that. So, yeah, maybe like just like maybe you and your family need to like take a trip. Just kind of do something to like relax and like, things have been pretty uptight for a while. So I feel like you just kind of need to like chill. Chill like this little lady. Chill. So that's where you're at right now. You are craving that creative flow. You're creative, that emotional flow. Like you want, if you have a partner, I feel like you want them to express this love and energy more fluidly. And yeah, so that's where you're at now. But I did ask more specifically what it was you wanted to change. So the Eight of Wands tells me a couple of things. Well, the Eight of Wands in reversed. So there's kind of this clear message I'm getting that like you're kind of over the like I feel like maybe you and your partner have maybe not been intimate in a while, and you're kind of just like over it. You're like, you love this person, you're attracted to this person, and especially like with the Two of Cups here sitting there, that lets me know like, because that was like the first instinctual message that came to me is like, oh, you're ready to like do it again. I feel like you're ready to like spark back up that like fiery energy, and good for you. The next message I was getting with the Eight of Wands reversed is that, yeah, you're just kind of like, you have this excitement as an artist and you're like, I want the flow of genius and creativity back. Like, I feel like you, like when you start to create, you can create at a speed that is just like so satisfying. And I think you're kind of like wanting that back. So you're like, what do I need to do? What environment do I need to put myself in? What do I need to do? And I'm also getting a little bit of a like ADHD vibe. Like you get so many ideas and you don't know how to implement them because you have such an excited energy. So but I did ask for a 7-step 7-day plan on how to like turn these things around. You want to feel your best and your sexiest, and I think you're just kind of over the like delay, stagnancy of art and creation and passionate love. So I asked, what are the 7 steps? So there is definitely an energy of day 1, you need to go all in. Like Ace of Spades, that's like the one of the bicycle deck, am I right? So it's kind of this thing of like, put your all out there. Be clear and direct in what you're looking for. And I think you'll be surprised with your answers. I don't know if you're asking questions, but day one is just saying, like, the first step is like, be clear about what you want. Speak it. Day two. With the Eight of Pentacles on day two, it's just saying, like, find the areas of where you need your own improvements. Just if you are not making art, just set up the environment to like make art. If you like, I'm just getting that energy of like, just set yourself up to succeed at whatever it is that you're wanting to succeed at. So yeah, day two, just like maybe Google some stuff and just like how-tos, and like just get inspired by other information and other people right now. You know, if you're wanting to be reconnected with your family, like maybe find something that is engaging. That's just the word I'm getting for day two. It's just engage. Be very engaging with everything. So whatever it is you're trying to get closer to, find out what that, what environment that thing thrives in. So if it's a family thing, like go to a family place. If it's a intimate relationship, find some way to be more intimate. Like if it's art, just pull out your art supplies again. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, just kind of, just do it. Just do it. That's kind of a lot of this energy of like, you miss it, you want it. So know what you want and kind of immerse yourself in it again. So day three, again, just clear thinking, be authoritative, be direct, truthful, honesty, expressing exactly what it is that you're looking for. This is kind of that energy of like, speak to the universe what you want, and it will come to you. Day four. Yeah, just kind of take off the blindfold of maybe what you haven't been wanting to look at, because maybe you have to make a decision yourself. You have to make a choice. Ooh, maybe it's that thing of like, this is the day, on day four, this is when you're really admitting to yourself what you have been blocking yourself from. Day one is figuring out what you want and being clear about it. Day two, immersing yourself in this thing. Day three, continue on this clarity, this quest for truth. It's very phallic energy. Just gonna say that. So day four is about what has been holding you back. Like, be honest with yourself. Why don't you create art? Why haven't you been being intimate? Why haven't you fill in the blank? It's just about being honest with yourself. So day five. So come day five, it's kind of now about looking at your options of, so maybe you've, you know what you want. You've kind of immersed yourself in information for it, and it's given you a lot of different ideas. So this is kind of like narrowing down your ideas, and being honest with yourself about maybe why you haven't done well with it before already. And then day 7 is looking at all the options you have. So it's important to just know that on day 5, so you're gonna have been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting, and now it's about knowing what you want. It's kind of this thing of like, okay, so you want to be intimate. This card is also warning you, like, they're in the 7 of Cups. Some of those options are kind of like bad choices. So, you could be trying to resolve one of the issues of what's going on in a cheap, quick, and fast way. And so it's just saying, don't do that. So day 5, you'll be aware of all of your choices. Day 6. Day 6, you'll be able to walk away from all the things that aren't the one. Like you'll have looked at all these other cups and been like, okay, I found what I want and I'm moving forward and I know what it is. You've ruled out all the options of things that aren't going to work for you. And by day 6, you're like, dope, I'm ready. Let's go. New journey. Hitch up the trailer and let's bounce, right? Amazing. And yeah, by day 7, you'll feel this like richness of community and happiness and celebration. Like you'll actually literally be celebrating what you started on day 1. Like you had to come up with new ideas. You had to come up with something that was going to reinvigorate and bring you back to life. So day 2, you're all, okay, well, let's immerse myself in documentaries and all the things that are going to re-inspire this. By day 3, you'll have more clarity of that idea. By day 4, you'll be able to look at the truth of maybe what's been holding you back. Day 5, you're going to actually look at all your options. Everything that can help you obtain this. By day 6, you'll have made your choice and you'll leave all the others behind. And day 7, you'll be celebrating what you started. Because it could be something as simple as like I wanted to implement reading tarot. I had the idea. I put it together. I actually sat, I feel like I went through these steps of how to get my channel together, from like what the name was going to be, what I was going to do, how I was going to set it up, everything. And I am celebrating that I love reading tarot. It has been so fulfilling, but I had to actually stop and ask myself what it was that was missing. So it's just about finding out what is making your Empress reversed. Not working at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I wanted to know the details of if you're able to take these steps, what are the results? I think if you are able to follow these steps, the energy that you have been seeking will finally be unblocked. Because this is saying, saying the energy. How do I say this? This card is talking about how there's an energy that has been blocking your full potential. Ooh, that reminds me. Speaking of, I have a quantum healing code for you right here. So this is actually about activating your true potential. So this is kind of a longer one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and the space between each number is very important, but it is written as one whole code. It works kind of like the placebo effect in the way that if you believe in it, it will work. It is in connection to how the world we live in and our universe is actually mental and basically broken down into numbers. It's hard to conceptualize, but basically like how computers have code, we have code. And so by writing this number down and envisioning that your true potential is being activated, like literally imagine that, like as you write this code down, like a part of you that you had no idea was there is going to come alive. You're not going to be blocked anymore. You are going to be able to have everything you've been going after obtained. You're finally going to clear out that energy that's been blocking you. And what's funny is it's saying like so take time to step out and recharge. So like, yes, take a trip somewhere, go recharge your batteries, regain the inspiration and connection to life that makes you the artist that you are, or the creator, the lover, the family member. Just take some time. And if you go through these steps, I feel like you'll really be able to conceptualize even taking a break. But also a couple more about the results. So yes, you're going to be able to take a break, recharge your batteries. Interesting. I don't think you have been letting yourself take a break. And that's so interesting. I feel like because you've had this sort of like creative block, it's been like you haven't chilled. But it's like, relax, because, well, truthfully, it's almost over, that break. But just take the time right now to really understand what it is you're wanting. And this, the halls here is just saying like, you're gonna succeed in what it is that you're going after and what your heart is exploring. This idea that is clearly here. If you're able to follow through with it and know what you want your plan to be, over these 7 days, you're going to find like, you're going to turn some stuff around. So like plan out your days like this, and like maybe on the day of needing to come to truths, like do some shadow work journaling. Like there's something you can do each one of these days to maximize your potential. Use that code for sure. But this is just saying like your time of stress and needing to protect yourself and be away from the world is coming to an end. The battle is like over, actually. I don't think I got that message for anybody else. Your battle is actually done. You don't have to fight anymore. This process isn't a fight. It's just reflection. It's just being aware. It's just tuning in. You're releasing energies that no longer are good for you. And you're going to come back into this like vibrant, creative energy and lots of celebration, lots of happiness. If you implement these 7 days, you'll have gone from like feeling like a clogged toilet to literally like you'll become the most clear breathing, open, fluid. Oh my God, all these words are terrible. You'll be moving forward with clarity and truth. You're gonna be rewarded for the hard work you're gonna put in here. So it's all coming around. You're doing good. Everything looks fantastic. You have some good steps. I think I've gone over them a couple times, but just, hey, let this raw energy come to you. Immerse yourself in it. Be direct and clear about the exact one you want. Be discerning and truthful to yourself. Look at your options. Walk away from the ones that don't work. And celebrate the change that's coming into your life. It's this is giving me that energy of like you have to celebrate and enjoy the energy of things that you want, even if it's not currently in your life. So it helps you tune into the frequency and lets the things you're trying to manifest come in a lot easier. So celebrate what you want as if it's already here. So pile 3, I think that's where we're going to leave it. This was a pretty hefty and detailed message, but I want that this is a story about how to change your life. I feel like you've been kind of stagnant and non-moving forward, like a camper that just sits there and is never used. Like you're ready to use yourself to your full potential. Use that code. It will help activate everything. Pile 3, thank you so much for joining me. Honestly, this has been such an honor. I'm so blessed to be able to read for you. So, yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that I'm doing my job right. And if you loved this message, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my journey. I'm pretty new to it, but it has been extremely rewarding, and I just would love for you to be a part of the journey. So thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a great day.